Welcome to teleSUR English. In the framework of the 80th anniversary and Victory Day celebrations in Russia, we go now to Moscow to our special envoy Yunus Soner with our contacts after today's parade. Let's see what's happening in Moscow.
Hello from the Tverskoy district in the city center of Moscow, capital city of the Russian Federation, that witnessed today the military parade commemorating the 80th anniversary of the end of the Second World War, the Great Patriotic War as it's called here in Russia, with the celebration of the Victory Day. Thousands of soldiers marched from the Red Square in the city center in front of the Kremlin, the presidential palace, through the center, accompanied by thousands of citizens lined alongside the big avenues here in the center of Moscow. The parade took place under the assistance of the Russian President Vladimir Putin, as well as 27 heads of state of different countries, among them from China, from Armenia, from Egypt, also from Venezuela, Cuba and Brazil were attending the ceremony. The ceremony started, that's worth noting, with a regiment carrying the victory banner, the one that was hoisted onto the Reichstag, the German parliament, back then in 1945, the very famous image with the hammer and the sickle that is very well known. That banner was carried in front of the parade, the military parade, where 13 countries besides of Russia participated with military contingents. Among them were Azerbaijan, Vietnam, Belarus, also Egyptian military was present, Chinese military took part in the parade, and also countries such as Laos and Mongolia sent regiments to participate in the military parade of the Victory Day here. Worth reminding that the Soviet Union back then in the Second World War lost 27 million of its citizens due to atrocities committed by the fascist regime in Germany and in the war, the majority of them being civilians. This amounts to 40% of all human losses in the Second World War, and this was very present here on the streets of Moscow when we talked to the people, to Russian citizens, who all told us that they had lost their grandfathers in the war and that they grew up with the stories of the atrocities committed by the fascist forces in Russia, but also in Belarus and in Ukraine and other countries involved into the war, and that they were remembering their family members on this day. In the afternoon, the ceremonies will continue with bilateral meetings. The Russian president is expected to meet with Brazilian President Lula da Silva and also Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, among others. So this ceremony is both remembering the anti-fascist struggle and victory in the Second World War, but also an occasion for the Global South to have a number of bilateral meetings and to sign different agreements between the countries. For instance, Russia and China are expected to sign agreements on their strategic cooperation regarding energy trade. Also, yesterday, Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro has signed an agreement with Russian President Vladimir Putin to upgrade the relations to the strategic level, and more agreements are expected to happen here on this event that turned into a summit of the Global South, trying and succeeding pretty well in constructing a multipolar world.
Thank you, Yunus, for the latest in Moscow. That was Yunus Soner, special envoy in Moscow at the 80th anniversary of the victory of the then Soviet Union over the Nazi regime. We'll continue bringing you all the information after the parade of Victory Day. Stay tuned with teleSUR English.